Hi again, everybody. I'm Doug Plagans, voice of the Monsters, here with you today. Thanks for joining us here on LakeErieMonsters.com. Special guest today is the head coach of the Monsters, Dean Chenoweth. And Coach, just wanted to catch back up with you. How's the adjustment going, getting settled into the Cleveland area here?
Everything is going smooth. We got in about 2 weeks ago and have our daughter in school and getting acclimated with everything.
What's your favorite thing you've had a chance to go out and do to this point?
Well, so far, probably getting set up in the two rinks with the offices, and then excitement-wise, I think we've taken in the new casino, which is very exciting, and some of the dining spots around town.
And now as you get set for a season, I'd imagine the itch to get back into hockey, that has to be really on your mind at this point.
Well, that kicked in about 2 weeks ago. I think when you get to this point in the season, you're getting ready for a camp, and you're excited to get going. You've done all your preparation, and we're ready to start.
Now, you talk about the preparation. When you're looking at players that you could have here with the Monsters, do you like to prepare by looking at tape from maybe last season, seasons past? Do you like to wait till they actually get here to formulate your own opinions of them? Do you ask around? Is it a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything. I've had some opportunity to watch some of the games from last year. I've obviously talked to a number of people. But I think the great thing coming in new and coming in fresh is for the players, they're going to all get a clean slate. I don't know a lot about all of them. And as we go through the process, I'll start to learn more and more, and I think that's good from a player's perspective because you don't have any preconceived notions of the type of player he is or what he's done in the past or hasn't done. So I'm looking forward to that. Now
we've got some questions from the followers on Twitter, the fans on Facebook, so we're going to take a look at some of these. Fans had a chance to ask in and send their questions to us. So we're going to get right to those using the hashtag AskCoachLEM. The first one we have comes from @WeTheLow, and the question is, Coach, how do you handle knowing that the Avalanche could call up a player at any point? Is there a way to plan around it?
No, there really isn't. I think that, as a developmental league, we want to try to develop players, obviously, for Colorado in a winning environment. And, you're kind of dealt with the cards you are at that time. And you hope that you have enough experience and or leadership in the dressing room that can get you through those periods where you may lose your top guys.
The next question comes from @KMacKyle. Asks, how will being a head coach in the American Hockey League differ from being an NHL assistant in terms of game day preparation?
Well, there'll be a little more prep. Obviously, you're in charge, so getting the assistant coaches in line with what we're going to do, our game plan that night. I'm the type of guy that generally likes to stay at the rink most of the day, and I think that leading up to the game, you just want to make sure you have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted so that once the puck drops, you're ready to go.
Now moving over to the Facebook side of things, JP wants to know, are you more offensive-minded coach or a defensive-minded coach?
Well, I wouldn't say one or the other. I like to play a high-tempo offensive-style game, but without compromising defense. And I think it's been proven in the past that defensive hockey wins, especially come playoffs, but you got to get to that point. And for us, we're hoping to have an exciting offensive hockey team.
Now going back to your last stop in hockey, Kenny wants to know, what was it like being around John Tavares in New York?
Well, that was a treat. Players like John Tavares don't come around very often. Obviously, his skill set and his capabilities on the ice speak for themselves, but just an outstanding individual, comes from a very good family, very mature, and able to handle all the pressures that go along with being the #1 draft pick.
And lastly, Kelly wants to know, what do you think is the biggest challenge facing the Monsters this season?
Well, I think the biggest challenge early is going to be how quickly we can come together as a group. Obviously, there is a number of new faces, myself included, in that, and I think that anytime you have that situation, you want to get that group to gel and bond as quick as you can so that hopefully, come into the early start, you get a good start on the season.
Monsters head coach Dean Chenoweth here with us, answering some questions from you folks out there. And remember to follow the Monsters on Twitter @MonstersHockey. You can also like the Monsters on Facebook. Keep on checking LakeErieMonsters.com for all things Monsters hockey. I'm Doug Plagans. We'll see you soon.